We knew it was coming. We had anticipated this for years, but no one could have predicted how much of an impact this would have had. 2020 financial crisis is here, and its impact is even worse than predicted because it's linked to a health crisis. So now we do not only have jobs which are lost, companies which are shut down, and whole economy and whole industry which are at risk, but we also have life which are lost. And in the midst of all of this adversity, it can be difficult to look at the good side of things and realize that there are some opportunities which could be seized. Coming up next, I will share with you 7 ways that you can leverage to profit from the current market crashes. We will discuss what to do with your money in order to protect it and even further grow it, but also what you should not be doing, because sometimes during economic meltdown, it's better not to take any action and to take the wrong one and be left on the dust with nothing to hold on to. Alright. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I am Jolie Tematio and thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, this channel is the best place for hungry entrepreneur and ambitious millennial, because on a weekly basis there are some new videos around hacks which will help you to get a better hold of your personal finances, as well as strategies to really build a wildly successful online business which will ultimately allow you to live the life of your wildest dream. So for all that good stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever a new video is up. And now that's done, let's dive right into the content of today's video. So the first thing that we want to understand is that just like the weather, the economy is behaving in a cyclical way, okay? Currently, we are going through a financial winter, and that, of course, means financial tough time for many of us as the economy is going through this meltdown. And we are actually only left with 2 options, truly. The first one is to behave and act in tandem with the current market situation, or sit on the fence and behave in a passive way and just end up being crushed by the current conditions, okay? And I don't want us to be part of the second group. So the first thing that I would like you to focus on now is cash flow. Do not think about investing if you don't have at least 3 to 6 months saving in an emergency fund, okay? This is critical, guys, because we don't know how long this is gonna last, and we want to make sure that we are liquid. But in any case, if you run short of cash, it's gonna be difficult to keep moving forwards, okay? So that's why the very first thing that you need to be focusing on is having enough cash in the bank. Don't take your money out of the bank and put it under the mattress. No, keep it in the bank, but just make sure that you have enough cash to live on in case everything stops, because at least having those 3 to 6 months worth of emergency fund will allow you to keep your head clear and above the water in case this market crash has to last for, I don't know, 2 to 3, 6 months. So one thing that you should also be doing is to stop contributing to your 401k, or at least reduce your contribution to a minimum of what your employer is currently contributing, okay? Really focus on cash and make sure that you have enough to stay afloat no matter how long this has to last, okay? So 3 to 6 months is really ideal as the first step, because it allows you really to find something else while the economy is readjusting. The second thing that you should be focusing on doing now is to diversify your income, right? And I've said it before and I'll say it again. For me, the best way to diversify your income is by creating an online business. In fact, what we are going through actually allow us to realize how volatile and uncertain our job, our full-time job actually are, okay? So many people have lost their jobs. The unemployment rate is rising in every country and might even keep on increasing because the economy is on hold and many companies have been forced to shut down. And that's one of the main reasons why you need to diversify your income and not only rely on one single source of revenue, okay? One of the biggest mistakes made by people is that once they get a job, they become very comfortable. And of course, they start spending in line with how much they're earning. But what happens is that if you lose that job, and let's say that you were a middle manager somewhere, your expenses were 3,000 to 5,000 a month. It becomes very difficult for you to keep up with those spending because you can no longer afford spending that much. And this is actually what happened during 2008 crisis. So many people were left unemployed and they were not able to keep up with their standard of living. But this wouldn't have happened if they had created a side income which was totally independent from the first main source of revenue. And that's really where having your own online business comes into play, because having that online business allows you, no matter how the economic situation looks like, to keep on making money, okay? And here I really have to mention that not all online business are made equals. There are some online business which are still very volatile, okay? if you consider, for example, dropshipping or even Amazon business, because those businesses have also been affected by the current financial crash, okay? And I will definitely dive deeper onto that in my next video. So keep an eye for the next video, because I will be walking you through a couple of things that you really need to take into consideration while choosing an online business, all right? So the third thing that I want you to focus on is to build up liquidity. This is all about creating an automated system which will allow you to create cash, and being very mindful on investment that you choose to put your money on. Here, you really want to focus on three things. The first is that your money is easily accessible, easily available, and protected, okay? You want to make sure that your investment, that your money is not going down with the market. Here, the goal is not really to make any money, but protect your money instead and take advantage of any opportunity that might come your way. Because guess what? In times of distressed market, people who had been focusing on building their network and buying different type of assets, and if they are tight on cash, they might be looking for people to buy their assets, okay? And guess who they will be selling their asset to? You guessed it right. Someone like you, if you had the money available. And that's the reason why you really want to make sure that you have some type of liquidity which is built and which is accessible in case this type of opportunity comes your way. So now that you've made sure that you have at least 3 to 6 months saved in your emergency fund, that you are creating multiple streams of income, as well as building up liquidity, the fourth thing that you need to be focusing is to protect your investment, okay? You do so by applying a trading stop rules. And this is actually a strategy which I've learned from Garrett Gunderson. He's amazing. I will have a link to his channel below. The trading stop loss strategy consists in automatically moving your investment into cash if the market goes below a certain percentage, okay? For instance, if you've got investment in the stock market or in your 401k or in your retirement plans, you can set specific threshold below which your investment should automatically be moved into cash in order to avoid them going down with the market. And this strategy is pretty powerful when you implement it properly, okay? Because at the end of the day, no investment is really risky. It's all depends on how much knowledgeable you are about what you're doing on the market, okay? And that's why you really want to take time to educate yourself before putting your money on the line. Because at the end of the day, you are your greatest asset, right? And you have to work and awaken your investor DNA and only choose investment which make the most sense to you. The fifth thing that you need to be doing is to eliminate inefficiency. Well, we live in a day and age in which people are constantly busy. I must admit, for a long time that was me, okay? But what we have to realize is that being busy do not always mean being productive. So what I will challenge you to do, because that's also something which I've done, is to really get rid of all things which are not moving the needle in your business or in your life, and instead focus on a few things but become world-class at doing them, okay? So on a daily basis, ask to yourself, what can I do which is the most productive, which brings the most value, and which will actually make the most profit in my life or in my business? And what can I delegate or completely eliminate? And really having this frame of mind will allow you to focus on a few things which are the most important for your business. And I know for myself, when I started focusing on 3 daily activities that were really the most important for my business, that's when I started getting momentum in what I was doing. Because at the end of the day, being busy isn't productive unless it is applied in the right activities, all right? My 6th advice will be to restructure and reallocate your loans, or even get rid of those which do no longer make sense. We've been in a prehistorically low interest rate for a very long period of time now. So you gotta ask yourself, are you paying too much interest rate because maybe you didn't have a good credit score when you got that loan? Maybe you didn't have a good collaterals, or you didn't have the right connection. So what you could do, for instance, if you have a credit card, you can refinance it through a car loan and you'll be paying lower interest rate. If you have a credit card debt, you could call your bank and renegotiate your debt, okay? In both cases, I'm pretty sure you will end up paying lower interest rate. And this is something that you will definitely want to take advantage of. By applying all of these strategies, you will definitely come up on top at the end of this financial crisis, and you will also be of help to your family, friends, and loved ones, which are probably needing someone to guide them through the current financial crisis. And as we get through this season, you might realize that your temporary losses are nothing else but your greatest gains at the end of this financial winter, okay? So keep your head high, stay positive, and really focus on things that are within your control, because that will give you clarity and will definitely give you a sense of purpose while everyone else is freaking out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you got some value. If you did, make sure to leave me a comment below. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. What is your game plan to navigate throughout this current crisis? And subscribe if it's not already the case. I will see you on the next one, guys, but until then, be bold, unstoppable, and fearless.